All right, hey there everyone. We are back, if I can say that. And sorry if I'm a little bit slow, but it was a long weekend, but it was a profitable week so far last week and this week as well. So we're back into the London session, and so far this month we're back to around 12% again. Yesterday, although it was Memorial Day in the US and a holiday over a lot of places in Europe, I made a trade which was short on EU, and as you can see it was quite nice, made on a 1 minute, perfect TP1 and TP2 trade. I'm gonna go into the details of this a little bit later, but it was a real nice one. It was a great trade. And it was right around, I think it was around a little bit before 3 a.m. New York time. So it was cool. Anyway, after the losing streak, we're back up. So, oh hey there, Miss Healthy FX, nice to see you there. Nice to see you. I'm always extra happy if I see someone from previous streams, so thank you for being here. I was just saying that after last week, I mean the losing streak 2 weeks ago, all these stop losses managed to recover, and this challenge account, we suffered quite a lot because of that losing streak. As you can see, this challenge account started from a 50k deposit, and I went down to quite a bit of a losing streak. As you can see, minus this loss here, this minus $600, it was a technical issue because my risk management was very off. I didn't want it to lose this much, so anyway, it was a technical mistake, but still a lot of losses. Managed to recoup the account back to over 50k. I was down to $48,000 on this account, but I came back, and yeah, hopefully we can continue. We can continue. I decided that from now on, I think I'm just only willing to show the challenge account on live stream, and the rest of my accounts I'm going to only show to my private members. For YouTube, I think it will be more than enough to show the challenge account. So anyway, how was your weekend, by the way, Miss Healthy FX? Okay. By the way, let's go over some technicals, right? Let's go to a clean chart. Let's do a clean chart. All right. So as we can see, this is the daily pound. Let's begin with the pound. It's a daily pound. We broke through some historical lows here. We are below this level. Next significant sell side is here. Well, not really, because there's a consequent encroachment here, so, and there's a round number, so next important level is 123. If we go down, it's very near, and we didn't really touch it. So before we go up or try to take long on the pound, I will definitely look for some shorts. And so let's see. You're good. Currently down on my funded. Oh, which prop firm are you funded with, by the way? Okay, so I think we have quite a bit of a chance for this one to go down. Anyway, back to the 4 hour. I would be much braver to go long if we breach the 123 level first. This is the 4 hour, and if I go down to the 1 hour, there's basically nothing here. I don't like the pound how it looks right now. And if I go down to 15 minutes, I think there's nothing to do here. We're in discount on the daily. And let's go back to the annotated charts. As you can see, this we just broke yesterday low. And let me put a marker. My Forex funds. Oh. So you're down. How much, if I may ask, in percentage wise? Because, you know, even if you're down with a few percent, it's doable. I mean, with this account, I was down from 50k to actually my lowest point was 47,700 something. Yeah, so I was down over 4%, 4 point something, and I managed to get it back in a week with risking no more than 1%. Many times only 0.5%. So I think it's doable. You didn't tell me that you're funded. It's good to know. Okay. And by the way, just a little bit of add-on, challenge-wise. If you're doing a challenge with no time limit, like for example this one with my funded FX, I definitely feel the less pressure. I feel definitely less pressure. For example, last week when I begin with -4% on this is a challenge, I know, but I felt like, okay, no worries, I have all the time in the world, I can get it back. And so with no time pressure, I think it definitely helps challenge wise. 100k account down, that's doable. 3.2%, 3,200. I think that's doable. I mean, not just that I think, it's a fact that it's doable. My lowest point on my funded account, it was actually a euro account. I lost it. That account I lost it last year, but still, I was down at 74,000 euros from 80, and I managed to recoup that. It's a different question that after 2 weeks I over leveraged and broke the daily rule with just, I think, 20 euros. I broke the daily rule and I lost it. But still, I think 3.2%, you can do it in a week if you want to. I mean, don't rush it. Even if you do it in 2 or 3 weeks, that's still fine, or more, you know. Even if you do it in a month, you're perfectly good with that. I'm not someone, of course, because if you're funded already, then you definitely know what you're doing. So respect for that. Anyway, let's go back to the pound. I'm not comfortable going long on the pound until we reach a significant level. For me, yesterday's low is not significant, and we're too close to this round number. So nothing to do here on the pound. Let's see the euro. Let's get a clean euro chart here. All right, sorry, my voice is a little bit deep, but let me lower the music a little bit, right? Yeah. So on the euro, on the daily, we are in a volume imbalance. Actually, in the Asian session, it tapped into this volume imbalance, which occurred here. This one, I'm gonna go to trading view, don't worry. And this volume imbalance here, I don't really like it. If we check it on trading view, hold on. Trading view, there you go. On trading view, this is from forex.com. Where there's no gap here, but I mean no liquidity void, but there's still a imbalance here from the 20th of March, and right now we are in this imbalance on the euro. So what I would like to see is a market maker sell model, because as you can see on the daily and even on the 4 hour, let's go to the 4 hour and it's much more visible. It's quite a bit of a sell rally here, as you can see. quite a bit of a sell rally. So what I would suggest, I would be anticipating is a market maker sell model. That's what I would see. This is what I would see. So squeeze, actually I should have put this one higher than this. So I would like to see a short squeeze before it tanks down again. This is what I'm anticipating on the 4 hour and on the daily too. A market maker sell model. So definitely I'm favoring the long positions more at this point. As you can see, since quite some time there were no significant retracements. These are lower highs. Lower highs came in all the way from the beginning of, so all month, the whole month was lower highs all the way down. And now that we're tapped into this significant gap here and repriced it basically, I think we can expect a short squeeze and then maybe go down again. So I'm favoring long positions, definitely. That's what I'm hoping for. So in this case, if we go down to the 4 hour and then what was this? Yeah, well, on the MetaTrader and this brokerage, this is 8 cap for this challenge. There is a gap here, a liquidity void, which is fine. Almost the same scenario. So if I go down, I would like to see, this is the 5 minute. Let me go back to annotations. We broke yesterday's low. We broke quite a few lows here. I would like to see, especially on the 5 minute, would be great to see a nice long position forming. So waiting for long for now. That's what I'm doing. Nothing else. That's my euro dollar anticipation for the day. We're definitely in discount. This dot line is definitely showing that we're tapped into that volume imbalance gap or zone. So that's it. Let's look at gold, right, with a clean chart. Let's do a clean chart on gold, and then we're gonna go over to TradingView. These are the 3 things I'm covering. I know it's too much. I want to go down to maximum 2 instruments, but let's just see gold for a quick look. Gold actually took out this significant, this is the daily chart on gold, took out this significant low from the 22 of March. So the next level is quite a bit of a stretch down here on the daily. This means to me, if we go to the 4 hour, and we can almost see the same scenario as on euro, that it has been shorted too many times. Let me go to TradingView. I know a lot of you guys like TradingView. I like it too. I mean, no problem with that. I don't even know what these levels are, so let me just delete that. So I would like to see gold. This is the 4 hour gold. I would like to see almost the same scenario. I would like to see a short squeeze because there's nothing, if we go to the left, there's really not too much to reprice in the short term. Maybe this here, let me just put a line here, a 4 hour imbalance, not that much significant, sort of an order block, not that clear here, so maybe we can go under that, but I'd like to see some long positions. And now that we're finally arrived to this conclusion, let's go to the dollar index. Look at the dollar index. Oh my god, it's a mess here. Let me clear my charts. This is the 4 hour dollar index. This is the daily dollar index. Let me delete some lines because I can't even see what I'm talking about. I don't even know what these levels are right now, so let's just yeah, this is not relevant right now. So the dollar index, it's definitely edging higher. This is the daily. consequent encroachment of that candle is right there. Let's just leave it at that. Actually, let's put it to no, that's not it. Which one is the oh, this one. All right. That's a consequent encroachment. Not too far. It's in the threshold below 105. Could be targeting that. It's a mid threshold, but not too far. There's a volume imbalance right here. These could be potential targets for the dollar index. Although my problem is almost the same. It's on the daily. Look at this. It's going on strong uptrend on the daily. Even on the 4 hour. I mean, look at that. Same scenario. I'm not, I mean, of course it can go higher, definitely. And I think we have a potential to reach this consequent encroachment on that daily candle. I don't know what to expect from dollar index. I would say the opposite from the euro or gold. I would like to see a market maker buy model, aka a long squeeze on this one. So let's wait. This is my bias for now. Not much to do here. If I go to, this is the pound. Next sell side, let me just put it here. The next sell side liquidity is there. Around, well, it's not far. It's actually like 10 pips away. So sell side is 10 pips away. I think it can go for that. We have to wait. And the euro, oh my god, let's clear the euro. This one is disturbing me. I'm just gonna delete this gap since I already know we're inside that gap, and let me just delete this. So the euro, let's go to 5 minute euro. This would be my favorite for today if it would do a nice structure break. So what I mean, like this. That's it. That's what I would like to see. Somewhere fair value gap and boom, buy side here. It would be great to see. But this is the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, nothing. The 3 minute, I don't really like. Don't ask me why. But so far, that's all. That's all I'm seeing. My only problem with the long scenario, which is not a big deal, is that this on the 5 minute, this fair value gap could potentially fuel some sell engagement if it reprices and decides to tank more. Depends on the dollar index. But so far I don't see anything. Maybe we won't even get any signal or setup on this London session. Market's gonna be open in less than 35 minutes. Don't expect too much, I think. But yeah. So anyway, let's look at this yesterday. Yesterday, this was a beautiful trade. It happened before New York 3 a.m. I think it was, when was it? Yeah, 2:48 New York time. On the 1 minute, it was a perfect trade. I decided not to go into trades on holidays, but yesterday this short on euro dollar short, this was perfect. This was for me it was a textbook short. Beautiful, beautiful structure break here with a displacement, fair value gap, optimal trade entry, boom, there you go. TP1 and TP2 has been taken. This was the only trade. Made a little bit of a scalp yesterday as well, but I only on this challenge account I only took it with less than 0.5%. Log wise for this statistics, I'm logging everything with 1%. So if you risk 1% on every trade you take with me, especially I'm saying this for my members, then you could have made around 12%. Otherwise, what was this last trade for last week? Last week, yeah, this was a breaker with the TP1. I think it was a TP1. Yeah, it was a TP1. All right, so that's that. Let's go back and watch the charts. What are these scripts? I have to delete them. There. Much better. All right. Okay, let's look at gold. Gold is almost the same for me as euro, and gold right now we can see something. We can see something forming. Yeah, we can definitely see something here. Let's look at the oh, hold on. The low of this candle is this is the low. Let's go. All right, this could be a good long opportunity for gold, so prepare everyone. I might go long on gold, but first of all I need this candle to go a little bit higher. I need this candle to go higher and leave a fair value gap, because for now this would be a great structure break here. There. This could be a structure break on gold. But we have 35 seconds for this one, and I need this candle to close at least a little bit significantly higher than this wick. Let me just put this away. So I need this one to close higher than this wick. We have 15 seconds, so let's wait for gold. It could be a nice long structure entry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. All right, we closed higher actually, but I don't really like this. I would need this candle right now to stay here and do not reprice this fair value gap. If it reprices it right now completely, then it's off, and I'm not interested. So the high of this candle is 1935.12, 1935.18, so it closed higher than this one. So far, not that perfect. Not that perfect. the next candle, this one is going to decide what's going to happen. It's a possible long scenario, by the way. So if this candle reprices this fair value gap, the trade is scrapped. So far it looks like it wants to. This is the 1 minute. One-minute gold. So I needed to leave that gap alone. And there is like let's see, it would be great to, okay, so far it's looking good. It's looking good. But there's still almost 3 minutes left from this candle. It could be a good long opportunity. Could be. Next buy side, which invalidates, which could invalidate the whole thing. Well, buy side could be up here for a good target. This week, I don't really care about that too much. So far, it looks good, but we still have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the Euro 5 minute. Also looks good. Far from being perfect, although. But looking good on the 5 minute. The pound, I'm not trusting the pound this morning, since we have a significant level down there. I don't know what to do with the pound. The euro and the gold is, well, it's interesting. I will be keeping an eye on euro and gold. Have to wait. So let's put a fib, right? Let's put a fib. All right, so as of right now, the optimal trade entry is still in the fair value gap. Optimal trade entry is still inside that fair value gap, which is a good sign. So far, the trade is valid. If the 50% level would be quite a way above it, this level, then again, I would scrap that trade. All right, less than 1 minute. I don't know what to do with the euro. This is the euro. The euro took out this swing right there, which is great. But I don't know. Let's concentrate on gold for now. So far we have a possible long entry on gold. Not sure for how long, but all right, 5 minute closed. I'm gonna put my position size calculator here just in case. I would be risking $240 on this 50K account. With a pending order here, just below that candle. That would be around equilibrium. This would be my entry. So now we have to wait of what it does. I think it can stretch this swing, so we have to wait for that. And we have to also wait at least another 5 minutes for euro to decide what it wants to do, because we have a again, we have a structure break. Fair value gap is here. Could be good, but we have to wait. If I have an entry on both of these pairs, then my overall risk would be at maximum 1% of the whole account. So I might take a second trade on the euro. I don't know. I have to decide. But overall, I don't want to risk more than 1% from the account. So I'm counting like $240 on the gold trade plus commission, and it should be, with spreads and everything, it should cover $250. Well, I can go for 245, right? So this should be around $250 from the initial balance. I'm not raising. I'm just going with the initial balance. Okay, for now it's getting closer to the entry point. I'm gonna put the limit order, maybe, just in case it spikes down. So this is just a limit order for now. It might gonna get deleted. Let's hide the lines. It might going to get deleted if it stretches all the way up. Yeah. So let's see. Just in case I'm not watching and it spikes down into that fair value gap. This would be my entry. This would be my entry. The euro is looking still good. We have like 2 minutes to candle close. If it starts to reprice, there's no fair value gap on the 1 minute, which is not a best sign. So I have to wait for that. If we would be left with the fair value gap on the euro, it would be great. So far, nothing. Gold could be a good long position. Let's look at a different chart on gold. It's a clean chart. It's a clean gold chart. I think we would be having some potential. Look at the hourly for target wise. There's some targets here, buy side up there. Could easily go up there and reprice. Let's look at the euro. Almost the same. Almost the same, so let's wait. Less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute. Okay, so the euro decided to leave this gap for now. I'm gonna put a fib on the 5 minute. Gold might be stretching higher, and then we're gonna delete the pending order. All right, the euro is looking good. It's promising. All right. That's the waiting game, by the way. If it's stretching higher, and by the way, if it goes to this level before it goes down to the fair value gap, then this long entry for this session is definitely invalid. So, all right, so the euro made its move. Let's put a fib here. And as you can see, optimal trade entry is still inside that fair value gap. So I'm gonna pull out my lot calculator. And we have some space here. This would be my optimal trade entry. Stop loss would be here, and it's stretching higher. So we're still in the fair value gap. All right. Gold is stretching higher as well. No retracement so far. So we're still waiting. Still waiting. I might put a limit order. I don't know. On the euro. We have a clear buy side here. This level right there. So I am going to put a limit order down there. Yeah. There. There's my limit order down there. It is with 3.07 lots, which is $15 commission, over $15. Will be a little higher than $250, but all right. So there's the limit order. My stop loss is below here, almost 8 pips. We have a range. Definitely we have a range for 1 to 2 even. So these are the two positions that we're looking to get into. I just moved a little bit higher, this one. Let's see if we're gonna get filled or not. Actually, which one is this? This is gold. Let me put this here so I can see both of them. I know it's not looking good on your side on the stream. I know a lot of people hate MetaTrader. I understand that. But so far, this is what I'm looking for. It's much easier than clicking all the way. Right side is gold, left side is the euro. All right. If I lose both of them, I think, well, maybe that's it for London session, right? So far it looks like gold is the one which wants to get filled first. Let me just move gold a little bit higher to the thick, and it's still valid for me. All right. Actually, gold euro dollar entry is a little bit higher than I anticipate, but I'm counting for slippage and you know, stuff like that. And it's only like, how much is that on euro? It's only like half pips, so I think we can manage that. My optimal trade entry is around the equilibrium level. I know ICT is saying that it's below or above the 61 or 62% level on Fib. I'm not sure. I know he said it, I wrote it down, but for me, I just wait for equilibrium, around equilibrium. That's my style. So, as long as we are in a fair value gap, of course. So this is the real waiting game, by the way. Okay, it looks like the train wants to leave the station. Markets are opening in 14 minutes. It might want to take off without us, boys and girls. Girls and boys. So we're waiting. Classic waiting game. Okay, euro wants to stretch higher. My higher hope is still in gold. It looks more cleaner to me on the higher time frames. Gold looks better to me. I might even, if gold gets filled, I might even consider deleting the euro trade. I don't know. I don't know. Until we wait, let's check on the dollar index. All right, let's check the dollar index. So the dollar index is, this is the 5-minute dollar index, and it's looking good for us, because no, it's not looking good for us actually. I'm wrong. It's not looking well. In this case, on the 5-minute, it would be looking good for us if it would go back up here, reprice this 5-minute fair value gap. There's a structure break here, and then it would be a good one to short dollar index, which would be helping the euro and the gold trade. Yeah. So this 5-minute chart looks good for us. Even maybe the 15-minute chart looks good for us. So not that bad, I think. It's not that bad. We have sell side here. I think actually the dollar index, I mean, it can help our trade. But first I would need, actually I'm going to put an alert here. I'm going to put an alert somewhere here just to know if the dollar index is going back there. Okay, back to this. Back to the waiting game. Hold on. All right. Hey there, Cow Rock. Nice to see you, man. I'm the guy that asked the last. Oh, I know, man. I remember now. Good to see you back on the stream, by the way. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing it. I was just having a phone call. I was talking about this, but I can go over this again. I'm looking for, as you can see, a long entry on euro and gold on the daily and on the 4-hour. We're definitely tapped into some important sell side liquidity and looking for some short squeeze, you know. Definitely if you look at the 4-hour, it's like, or the daily, same on the euro or on the gold. I would be happy to see this one pop all the way up. We have some buy side up here, but seems like this euro trade is gonna get scratched. I can still move a little bit on this one in this fair value gap, but if it's edging higher, I'm gonna have to delete this one. This is our gold entry. Nothing. All right. Yeah, so far I'm pulling my Fib tool here, but I think both of these trades have a good potential to get scrapped. This is the highest point I can go on with because if the entry point is gonna get way above of the 50% level, then I'm not entering. Same goes for euro. For now, my euro entry is still sorta okay. I'm not going to force it, but if we're leaving the fair value gap, I'm not entering. Can you talk about how your typical entry model works, working from high time frame to lower? Yeah, I can do that for you. Let me just check. Let's go for example with the gold. All right, let me put, this is a clean chart. Okay, so I was talking about this earlier in the stream. Of course, I'm looking at the higher time frame. We can look at the weekly as well, just to have a macro perspective. It's not that significantly important, but we do see that gold is tapped into fair value gap here. A huge imbalance, not fair value gap, a huge imbalance from March this week. So we tapped into that. Otherwise, not too much on weekly. If we go down to the daily chart, I'm looking for significant lows or highs. And as you can see, I marked it already. There is 2 significant lows here on the 21st and on the 22nd of March, which this candle right here has invalidated. So these lows has been tapped into. If I go down to the 4-hour, this dotted line, I'm not sure how much you can see it, but I'm gonna zoom it out. This dotted line is that March 21st and 22 significant low. So it tapped into that. So what I'm looking for basically is some kind of a significant low or high to be taken out first, of course. And if I go down to the 1-hour, I'm looking for some intraday potential targets. Potential target could be an imbalance here, buy side here. So I'm looking for that. And I'm definitely, if you look at the 4-hour, as you can see, I don't use trend lines. I'm just showing this right now. Lower highs all the way. So what I'm looking for, and let me go to trading view because I think it would be, let me just check the entry levels. Sorry. All right, we're still in these trades. So on the 4-hour gold, which I was just showing to you, as you can see, lower highs all the way down. I would like to see a market maker sell model in this case, which means a short squeeze. So I would like to see this. This is what I would like to see, a market maker sell model. As you can see, lots of stop losses are engineered here, lots of liquidity all the way here, you know, lots of liquidity levels and imbalances to be repriced. Actually, this goes for the euro as well. Sorry. So this is the gold. I am definitely favoring the long positions from this point. So if I go back, I'm sorry, I want to go back to MetaTrader, this clean chart. So this is the 1-hour gold. I'm looking for the classic YouTube 2022 model from ICT, which is a structure break. And as you can see, this is gold 5-minute. We had the structure break with this candle right there. That candle broke the high with the up close candle. This candle has been broken. Left a fair value gap right around equilibrium, so it's still valid. We have buy side up here. It's a good target. So we have a range. If we enter here, my stop loss would be down here, and we have almost a 2-to-1 range up here. So it is a very good scenario. I never enter any trade if it doesn't have at least a 1-to-1 range. I need to have minimum 1-to-1 range. If it doesn't give me a 1-to-1 target range with these criteria, then I'm not entering. Also, if the euro would be edging higher, which would put the this is the euro chart, almost the same scenario. The euro and the gold right now is like totally identical. So if this would be edging higher and the 50% fib would go like, let me show you, would go like this, I wouldn't be entering. I know that it would be a much better optimal trade entry down there, but I don't want to wait for that because if price goes up here, for example, retracing all the way back down would suggest me that the move, it can be a false move to the upside. It can just go back and tank all the way down. I would need the euro dollar to spike down into this gap right here. It would be safer for me to go long. I don't want the train to leave the station that far. I want it to retrace actually right now or the next candle. Same goes for the gold. If gold would decide to go all the way almost to buy side, I'm not interested to go long again if it retraces back down. So I don't want neither of them to go up furthermore, because it would invalidate my optimal entry. Okay, all right. Market opened and we're gonna get taken out from this trade. Oh my god. This happens soon. We are going to get taken out. My god, it's market open. This is gonna be fast. I'm gonna be stopped out real fast here, guys. I didn't realize that market is just opening. It is what it is, guys. It left a gap after market open. My stop loss is right here. I think it's gonna get tapped. I can move it a little bit down, not too much. Yeah, I don't want to play too much with it because... So this is my euro entry. Oh my god. This has opened with a gap. London opened with a gap. Almost 8 pips, my stop loss. It's gonna get taken. It's too aggressive. It's too aggressive, guys. Gold trade doesn't look good anymore. For example, right now, I'm closing the gold setup. left my optimal trade entry level. Two lots. Oh my god, I'm gonna get taken out. Look at this. It repriced that and it's gonna spike lower. Not the best start. That's no problem. The EA has been set to close partials at 8 pips. I'm closing partials at 8 pips. But I didn't like this move right here. Anyway, we're still tapped into that, but TP2 should be up here. Yeah. TP2 is up, buy side is there, I think. But so far, look at this. It's going to tap lower. Actually, it tapped into my limit order with a gap. It gapped into my order, which is interesting. So when you're looking for areas for liquidity sweeps, you look on the daily time frames usually. During my backtest, I will check just. Yeah, no, not on the daily. Basically, what you're saying is good. You can look for previous day low. You can look for Asian session low. I was just saying this because we tapped into a historical level, which is even better sometimes to tap into a historical low or high. You can definitely look for previous day low or high or Asian session low or high. It's still all right. It's still perfect. It's still perfect. But you know, there was no Asian session low from yesterday or anything specific from yesterday level. Damn it, we're gonna get stopped out on this one. We were up 12% and we're beginning with a stop out this week. Not the best scenario. It gapped into my entry. Let's look at the pound. Pound is basically doing nothing. I don't really like the pound. The euro is definitely playing a trick, and it's gonna get us out from this trade. Anyway, the gold trade is not valid, so we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, she's pushing it down. So don't worry about that. Yesterday or Asian session low or high or significant levels from previous day is still all right. It's still perfect. I still favor this buy side level, so even if we get stopped out here, I would say that this buy side could be taken out easily. So if it takes us out, then I would be sure that in a point, maybe, I mean, I might give a second chance for this trade, but I would need a clear entry, maybe on the 1 minute after this one. But it's gonna take us out, only 2 pips away from stop loss, or 1. Yeah, less than 2 pips, 1 pip, which is fine. So my bias is still the same, nothing's changed. I'd say that buy side is there, it's gonna get taken out. Can you show what would you consider a significant liquidity level on like the 5-minute or 15-minute. Yeah. For example, on this trade, it's this one here, this blue line. It's a significant level for me. It's basically after a New York midnight open. It's right now it's the daily high. It's on the 5-minute. So if it takes this out and starts to do a turn, you know, to the downside again, that would be considerably a good scenario to go short if it gives you a setup. So this is also a good point as a significant level. Or yesterday high here. Sorry, this is Asian session high right there. Right here. Asian session high. Also the same scenario. You know. All right, it's gonna get taken out. Gold, nothing. We were 0.1 pips away from, I mean, being taken out. But yeah, I think it's still gonna take it out. .1 pips away. We're not out of the woods yet. Let's just have to push one more down and we're out from this one. One more push and we're out. Although it happened many times that I was like 0.1 or 2 pips away and it turned, so who knows. Anyway, these are significant levels on the 5-minute. So swing highs, swing lows. It can be an intraday daily high or London session high. These are levels. Of course, this line here, this is the New York midnight open price. For me, at least, it would be also a criteria. If I want to go long, I would be below this line because we're in a daily discount level, right? Which of course doesn't really mean too much if on the higher time frame we are in a different PD array. For example, if this would be an upper portion of a 4-hour high, you know, then we would be in a 4-hour premium array, which would mean that long trades in the daily discount level would have less probability to go to premium. So it's a PD array matrix. That's why I think ICT calls it a matrix, because you have to look at different time frames as well of where you are in the specific price swing. This is gold. Yeah, gold trade is off the table for now. It was a nice structure break there, but off the table. And so far, maybe the best idea would be to scratch or close manually the euro trade. But you know, it is what it is. There, okay, we're out. I think it's around 0.5%. Yeah. We're down a little bit below the 50k, although I'm still happy because, you know, last week we were down 48k on this account. So we're gonna log this. Let's log this. Okay, euro dollar, and this is the 30 of May, right? Yeah, it is. And I have a hunch that it stopped us out and now it's gonna go back. Okay, the dollar index reached that level, which I was hoping. I'm not really hoping, but this is the point where actually, you know, it can go long. The euro dollar can go long at this point. But anyway, let's log the trade. When was this taken? This trade was taken at 9. Yeah, it gapped into it. This trade was taken at 9. The setup was made earlier, but London euro buy classic F3G stop loss on the, this was on the 5-minute. Didn't turn out good. This is the trade. All right, so overall this month we're still up 11.5%. Today's profit, we have a loss, and the monthly profit is down to 11. Okay, let's look at what it does. Still didn't take out this low, which is interesting. Okay, the pound is looking interesting. It left a small fair value gap here, and this is buy side here, by the way, just saying. This is a swing low. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go long here. I was just looking at it. Okay, this is nothing. Gold is a tricky one. We could be looking to short gold, maybe. That's a big maybe. If it goes, this is the 1 hour. Yeah, it's gonna take out that buy side, like almost 100%. You see? And the euro, well, it's acting weird. Let's go to the 1-minute euro. If I see a nice long entry on 1 minute, on the 1 minute, you know, and then maybe I would consider a second chance, but otherwise at this level we would be sorta still in that trade. It would be the stop loss was at 84, so our stop loss was right there, took us out. But this gap here after market open is somewhat significant. I'm not entering right now. I'm gonna leave it as it is. My bias is still the same. I see, I was backtesting and I would wait for London kill zone at 2 AM and wait for the Asian high or low to get taken out. Yeah, basically I was in the London kill zone already, by the way, just saying, with this trade. London kill zone started like 1 hour and 15 minutes ago. But the win rate was, yeah, the London session is always a little bit trickier because you know, the first volume is coming in during London session, so it can be tricky. Look at that, the pound is going to take that out. It's going to go 12 pips. Pound is going to go, well, let's see the dollar index. Dollar index is going to go lower, damn it. We might have a chance on pound here to go buy side. Should I enter a 1-to-1? I still have a 1-to-1 range, by the way, for a quick scalp. 11 pips. I'm gonna enter a 1-to-1. There. Enter the 1-to-1 trade. No partials here. Just a 1-to-1. I might have entered soon. I mean, sorry, late. Should have considered this, but now that I see the dollar index in a sell scenario, that could help the pound trade. Although if I see price action turning over, I'm going to close this manually. So I'm observing this trade manually, and we'll see how it goes. You know, risking less than 0.5%. So for a 1-to-1, it's still good. Buy side is up there. Look at the euro. Come on, man. Okay, under 1 minute, it made a structure break right here. So that's why I'm considering a second chance on this one. I don't know. Let's look at dollar index. Dollar index sell side would be somewhere here. Somewhere down there. Fair value gap is here on the euro. Structure break is there. I still hate the pound. My final decision was made by the dollar index. Look at this dollar index on the 5 minute, left a fair value gap, made a structure break. Most likely it's gonna go down to sell side, but at least reprice this range. And the pound is very close to a buy side. Otherwise, I'm not favoring this trade too much. I might even put it to break even right now or whatever. I don't know. The euro is something I would like to go to the upside. But the problem is that at any given point I don't want to put my account up to more than 1% risk. So yeah, I would be all right. Now this is my problem here, because I'm already at risk on the pound. We only live once, right? Okay, these are my these are all my trades for this morning so far. I'm gonna go with 7 pips at break even and 3 pips to close. Seven pips to break even. I'm watching closely the pound trade as well. Just as the euro. In case we would spike higher, would be great to see the dollar index edging lower. Looks all right. Although I might close the euro. Yeah, I might close the euro with a small loss here. We'll see. I still have to log it with the loss, the complete 1% loss. Let me... Yeah. The euro definitely wants to screw with me. Yeah. I think I'm closing one of these down. If it trades below that candle, it does, I'm closing it. All right. We're leaving the pound for sure. You're leaving the pound for sure, and I'm gonna log the euro as it was a smaller loss, but still, I'm gonna log it. Not the ideal scenario. And I'm gonna keep an eye on for hold on. For the euro. Let me put the euro trade here. Closed it manually. Let's put a screenshot here because before I forgot to do it. All right. I think I was too much sure about the dollar index. What was the time for that? That was 319. 319. London euro. This was a scalp on my side. Let's just say that. Stop loss 1 minute. No. Euro. All right. Okay, it's logged. Still 10%. Good. Yeah, okay, so the euro is moving lower. Let's see gold. Gold is doing its thing, but nothing so far, which interests me on gold. Still buy side is up here on the pound, so let's see a higher point for buy side. I don't see any higher point of interest. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Today profit is gonna be 2 loss. Monthly profit is going down to 10%. All right. There was yen news announcing for emergency meeting, so possible sells on EJ and GJ. I see that. Could be. Let me check. Let me check my news feed. It could be possible. Yeah. Let's check the news. Bank of Japan. Emergency meeting, yeah. Not good. If that's the case, then, you know, it's a bottomless pit. Even on the pound dollar. So I might have to consider closing this manually. Was looking good, but now I think I'm closing this one down as well manually. I wanted to favor the buy side very much, but it seems like it is what it is. I am still looking for euro longs, but it's gonna take some time definitely. Now the gold is interesting. Tapped into that. Fair value gap. Otherwise, I don't like it. It's not an ideal entry, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, it can go lower. Instead of Asian session lows, highs being used for liquidity, you use highs and lows in the current session as areas for sweeps too. Yeah, you can use them. I mean, no one said you cannot use them, you know, for sweeps. Of course you can. Of course you can use them. For example, today's highest point on the pound, for example, you can use that as a liquidity sweep if then it's gonna turn again to the downside. Why not? It's possible. It's definitely possible. You can use it. I would actually use it, you know. If it goes above that, then I would be considering looking for short entries. I would definitely do. Do you enter most your trades on the 5-minute? No. 1 minute and 5 minute, and sometime on the 15 minute. I would say 40% 5 minute, 40% 1 minute, and 20% 15 minute. Something like this. Yeah. So 1 and 5. It's just because I don't want to carry on a trade to the next day. That's it. I like to be finished as fast as I can. But this requires, or this means like so-called high frequency trading, which means different stuff to many people. I would say it's kind of a high frequency trading. Look at gold. So yeah. There are days when I don't take a trade or just take one, and there are days when I take 3 or 5 trades. Depends. I do want to go down with the number of trades, of course. For example, I want to go down to around an average daily 2 trades maybe, or 1. That's even a lot, you know. Should have closed down this one. Shoulda, but coulda. By the way, I don't know if this counts to anyone, but having a no time limit on a challenge is actually better. I mean, a little bit less pressure by having a no time limit. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That's not gonna help our pound trade. Yeah, that's destroying our pound trade. So I might consider closing this manually as well and try to minimize losses here. I should cut the trade. If this closes below this candle or trades below this, it's most definitely over. So that's it for buy side, I guess, in this session. I would say that many retail traders are long as well, not just me. I mean, I'm a retail trader as well, but I mean, retail logic tells you to go long. And also, okay, we had the smart money entry on the 5 minute on euro, which turned out bad. But so far, I'd say, I don't know. We just have to wait. If this goes down, I think I shouldn't even take more trades in this session. For this month, we're still doing good, around 10%. I'm proud of that since we were down 4%. Not sure if I will risk more. Maybe in the New York session, I'll see. And tomorrow will be the last day from the month, so I guess we'll see. Kill that Geo trader took. Save your loss ahead of time. Yeah, I'm thinking about that actually since like 20 minutes for now. I'm thinking about killing that trade. I was very much attached to this buy side, you know, to be taken out. But I have to admit that my analysis might not be correct, especially with these news in the background. And the previous trade on EU was kind of a second chance entry. Took that prematurely, very much. So, how has my funded FX been? And did you try any new prop? No, I didn't try it. Or didn't try. So far, my funded FX is doing all right. It's quite okay. I mean, spreads are as usual. Execution is as usual. No major issues so far. So this account was, I started this account in the middle of my losing streak, 7 stop losses in a row. So again, I'm saying it's 7. Let me just show it to you. This is when I started this account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I think this account was down to so it was, I had some losses here. As you can see, quite a few losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lots of losses. I went down to $47,000, and then I got back to around 50K. Now I'm down again to $49,769,000. But anyway, I recouped most of the losses from the losing streak. Overall, the account is down 0.5%, which is manageable. It's not a big deal. So that's it, I guess. that's it. So far my funded FX has been all right. No major issues. That's I hope. I mean, having no time limit on my funded FX, I think it's a big positive thing for me, at least. It puts down a little bit of a pressure from you by having no time limit. Hopefully other prop firms are going to implement this feature as well, because it would be great. You know, I decided what to do. Let's see the risk here. Less than 0.5%. You know what? If I lose this, the account is going to be down 1%, and I'm fine with it. I accept it. So I'm accepting the risk. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to tell you why. In my mind, I'm writing my journal to, you know, handwritten journal on a paper. And in my mind, I feel much more miserable if I would close the trade here and then it would go to profit. So if I would have to balance which one to take, like close a trade here and save myself from a potential stop loss, or just let it ride. I mean, I would trade in a stop loss. I would trade in a FOMO anytime for a stop loss. I hate FOMO. I hate FOMO more than I hate stop losses. There's your answer, I think. I hate FOMO more than I hate stop loss. So for this information, it can go against me. I'm aware of that, especially because of this news. If I lose, I would be honoring that loss. I would be owning it, and there will be no FOMO, right? And there you go. Just as I said it. I would choose the stop loss instead of a FOMO. That's my decision. You know, more trades are coming in the future. The only thing I would consider maybe is if it would be like very close to the stop level, and maybe then save a little bit of commission or 1 or 2 pips, then maybe I would close early, but otherwise I don't care. The account would be down 1%, it is absolutely doable. So I'm not panicking or anything like that. It's in the cards, you know. It's in the cards. Have to accept the risk. Otherwise, your thoughts would be, your mindset would be miserable all the time. Or, I mean, I know not for everyone, but for me, my mind would be totally miserable if I would mess it up with some FOMO. Let's look at what's happening on the 1 minute. And let's look at what's happening on the dollar index. Okay, as I was expecting, or sorry, not expecting, but dollar index went higher, and now maybe it is doing another structure break. I don't know. Not a clear structure break on the 1 minute. Could be good, but no, it's not good. It's not good. It's not helping us. Not even a bit. Now, as you can see, I don't even have time to show it to you guys because it's closing down this triangle. Now, what's going to happen, the decision moment is going to be happening very short, very soon. It's going to pop higher or it's going to pop lower real fast, real strong. That's what it will going to do. I'm not trading for trend lines. I'm not showing this. This is for just representative purposes. It's going to break strongly higher or lower. That's what it will do. That's what's going to happen. So far, I would still say that the gold is going to take out this buy side. There. I did it. I know, I'm crazy. Still a 1-to-1. Oh, it's not a 1-to-1. Then I'm gonna close it if it goes higher. There, I closed it. There, I made a profit. It was not a 1-to-1 trade, so the range was low. I closed it. I'm not even counting it. So if I would have entered here, then maybe. Otherwise, I missed the entry. So no, I'm back. I backed out from that trade. So anyway, here's what's happening on the pound. But still, it would be interesting to see, like, it tapped into this fair value gap, and is it going to deliver this to buy side? You know, that's an interesting scenario to be watching for. And as we get closer to buy side, I mean, it could act as a kind of a magnetic level. Otherwise, on the 15-minute or higher, I don't really see anything else. Of course, it can turn around and go all the way back down, which it does. But nothing extra so far. There's a bearish order block here, which concerns me. This is on the 30-minute. But still, that doesn't mean that it cannot poke into the high of that order block, you know, and then drop all the way down, because that would create an ideal short scenario. Like, it would go all the way up, you know, reprice the order block and then go down. It can happen. I've seen it happen many times. I've seen it happen many times. Should have taken the gold trade, right? That's not the FOMO for me, because that would not be in my trading plan, because, you know, I mean, of course it can bring liquidity to the buy side, but, you know. Thank you very much for being here, Miss Healthy FX. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Thank you. Hope to see you soon. Okay, so far nothing is happening. Yeah, the pound trade is giving in, unfortunately. That I can see. I have to look at the dollar index. What's it doing? On the 1 minute chart, I still don't see any significant on the euro. Yeah, on the 1 minute, the dollar index is repricing that imbalance. Would be nice to see it fall, you know, to the downside. Doesn't look like it so far. And by the way, just saying, since this is the 1 minute on gold, and as a second chance entry, there's always a chance to go long for a second time if it taps into liquidity, and in this case liquidity was this fair value gap. So if my entry would be here, then, you know, as a second chance, you know, there's always like a possibility for a re-entry here, which I'm gonna do only with a small position. It's a pending order, so second chance entry on gold on this fair value gap if it goes down. If not, then it is what it is. That's a second chance entry. I mean, let's see, the take profit levels are clear. Yeah, it could be happening. My bias is, I mean, it's still there. My target is still there. For a second chance entry, it's good. It has a structure break. It has liquidity taken, fair value gap, optimal trade entry. If it's not edging higher too much, then we can still entering this one. And this is it's fitting to my rules. That's it. But so far, it doesn't look like it wants to. It wants to go there. But still, it's a good good explanation or opportunity to prove that fair value gaps, if the structure shift is still valid, even these fair value gaps are good re-entry points for the same bias, in this case the upside, buy side. Now I am like almost like 80% sure that it's gonna take it out. I might be looking again for a re-entry on the 1 minute. It's going to be a scalp trade. So I'm looking to enter that. It's very close, by the way. But no entry. No entry yet. We would have to wait for a retrace. Otherwise, you know, you don't know where it's going to retrace. But that buy side liquidity is like a magnet. It's going there for sure, I think. Yeah, it's going with no retracement or whatsoever. But if it's reaching that level, then we can look for a potential short. But still, this fair value gap provided a nice long entry there. We are waiting. It's a waiting game. Let's look at the euro. Okay. On the euro, well, I don't know. If the euro breaks this structure here, it would be my ideal to look for longs, but I don't think we're gonna have the time for it. What's the dollar index doing? It's going lower. $15-minute dollar index is going lower. If it breaks this structure, that could help us. All right, the gold took out buy side, just as I was anticipating. Should have taken this re-entry. No worries. Let's see, if this was here, that could have been an optimal trade entry still. And if I would have entered there, or even here, a little bit late, or here, then stop loss here, 35. Yeah, this would be like TP2 by now, which is not that bad, I guess. Look at that. Look at gold. Spiking higher. Now, if the euro would spike higher and, you know, I'm not saying there would not be a chance to take a long on euro, but I'm still favoring this buy side level here. But then I want to see this right here. Okay, I think the pound trade was a success, so let's log that. At least we made a little bit on that. Recovered some losses. It was a 1-to-1. All right, it was a 1-to-1 trade on pound, which happened on 3/16. London, pound by classic FVG, only TP1. It was on the 5-minute. It was a successful trade. There. Logged it 11.5%. one win. There. All right. So let's celebrate that win, I guess. Now from this point, now this can be considered as a liquidity sweep. I'm not sure, Cowrock, if you're still here, but this can be considered a liquidity sweep. If it would decide to form a, let me delete this. If it would decide to form a short setup, then this would be ideally enough for liquidity to be taken. It was basically an Asian session high, I guess, depending on the strength of the setup. Okay. No ideal entry on the euro. I'm having some FOMO because of gold. Just a little bit. Could be edging higher. Look at that. It's pumping. Real strong, I must say. Still at the kill zone, so anything can happen. But no entry for me. No entry on the euro. And the pound has given in. So my only problem is that I lost that this trade. $170, which would have been good. $183 down because of that crazy euro trade which I took as a second entry. I know it's less than 0.5%, but still. Otherwise, I'm quite satisfied so far. I mean, with this session. Thanks to the pound. But nothing really major has happened. Nothing I can relate to. No clear entry points. I mean, even if I look at, for example, let's assume that this is okay. There's a void there. Let's assume that that's buy side. All right. The last swing point from here would put a potential second entry euro trade here at this fair value gap. But then take profits should be up there. We can risk it, but I doubt that it's going to go down there. We do have a bit of range there. To deliver buy side. Yeah, let's try it for now just with a limit order. Highly doubt that it's gonna go down there, but we do have some fair value gaps here, down here in this area. So we'll see. Yeah, it's breaking away. It's breaking away. It's not going down. It might gonna close down that gap and take out buy side. Who knows? So far, it's breaking away. There. Yeah. Let's scratch this trade. Although, let me check once more. Yeah, I mean, it's below that level. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. For now, the gold is running into some high resistance liquidity. I would not be comfortable taking any trade on this level. So I'm not taking any trade on gold since we're in a bearish order block too. On the 1 hour, no, nothing. On the 30-minute, we are in a bearish order block. 15-minute, almost as well. Right. So on the 1 minute, because we're still in the kill zone, if we would get an ideal entry, then we might could go wrong. Let me check the dollar. It's kind of an order block. Nothing so far. Look at this. Maybe it wants to close down that small liquidity void, right? It could happen easily. Let's zoom it out. It didn't really close it down. So let's see what it wants to do. There. I would still put my entry point right there. To close down that gap higher. All right. Putting a limit order just there. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe it wants to reprice that level, which would be great. We are in discount, so that's quite all right. Now this should have been the second entry, by the way, just saying. This would have been the classic second entry, not the previous one. I don't know. There's a level here, right there. There's a gap. There's a liquidity void right there. And this candle's high is 06938. Exactly the same high, relative equal highs there. And there is a gap right there. We'd love to see that at least reprice that level. All right. I'm not saying it's not going to reprice this imbalance, but it would be much more ideal to see it reprice that gap higher. All right, I'm gonna put this to 6 pips and this one as well, just in case it would only go to reprice that level. My final TP stays the same. So let's see if it's going to reprice that level or not. I don't know what the pound is doing here. No idea. And I have no idea what the gold is doing. So we have to wait. It's relative equal highs, so sooner or later it should go there. What just happened? Should be closing down 2.6. The EA was not doing its job. I don't know why, but somehow it didn't close it, so anyway. We're still at break even. We have repriced that level. Took partials. Closed 60% of the position. So basically that's a win. That was 412. $12 London pound. No. Euro by FVG TP1 on the 1 minute. It turned out good. 12.15%. All right, it's in profit. I still don't know why the EA didn't close down the proper lot size on that trade. Maybe I should refresh. Maybe it was looking for a different trade by magic number. I have to refresh the chart every time if there's a new trade coming up. Otherwise, we do have a slight chance that this could go all the way up there, which I'm hoping for. So we managed to recoup those losses. This previous trade has been alright. We've taken partials here. And our second TP is up there. So partials has been taken so far. 2 losses and 2 wins for the day. Account wise, we are around break even for the day. Overall, we are up around 12% for the month by, let's see. Yeah, we logged everything here. 12%, 12.15. Lots of trades this month. 58% accuracy, which is not so good comparing to April, which was 64%. And we've taken 47 trades only and made 16%. So not so good. I'm not all that satisfied, but it's fine. But it's still okay. Less than, well, about 30 minutes from London kill zone. Don't really think that anything else will happen here. Only waiting for the euro trade. So, which is already a winner at this point, since we're at break even with partials. Yeah. Okay, slowly getting there. Let's see if it would go a little bit more. Doesn't really need too much. Oh, it's the 90, almost the 107 level. Well, it should be touching it sooner or later, even if it retraces. There you go. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we did a good job there. Overall, ended the session with a profit. Could have been better, but I screwed up. Very good. And it was a TP2, TP1, TP2 trade. I must say it was good. Let's log this. It was euro dollar, third trade. And so this was with the TP1 and 2. There. All right. 12.9% recouped the losses, which is quite all right. Dollar index is going to where it's supposed to go. Otherwise, I have no idea where it wants to go. Not going long on gold, that's for sure. How much is that? 12.9%. All right. 12.9. All right. Well, we started up higher than how we started originally, so I would say we did good so far. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. This is the London session. So far, we recouped the losses, made a tiny little bit of profit. The overall account is over 50k, so we managed to get back from our losses. We were down 48 something. Actually, we were down 47,700 something, and now we're back to above 50k on this trade. I mean on this account. So it's good. We're back in business. Definitely looking to move forward with this account, and maybe I'm gonna get back to New York session. Thank you very much for being here, and have a great day. Cheers.